Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. And before we get into it, I would like to say that I'm bringing back Ask Kieran. So if you have any questions, do send them to me, email, message, or whatever. If you do send messages and I don't respond, get used to it. I never respond. I hardly ever respond to YouTube messages, but I respond to all the emails I get. So if you want to email me instead of messaging me, if you have something else. But if you just have a question, just leave it, and I'll try and get around to as many as I can. Now, speaking of which, I've been getting a lot of messages really asking me, is this my job, doing YouTube? And no, it's not. And the moment it feels like a job is probably the time when I'll stop. Do I get paid in funds to do this? No. Do I get paid funds in doing this? Yes. So the ads, the whatever, the views, they all count, and then I get paid at the end of the month, or the middle of the month, actually, for I am a contractor with Machinima. And a lot of people want to know, why'd you sign with Machinima? Well, I would like to know that I had opinion about Machinima, and I was completely wrong in that opinion. It's not Machinima that I hated, it was the people on Machinima that I really didn't like. And also, who would turn that down? If Machinima come to you and say, hey, look, we want you on a network, yada, 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 you probably wouldn't turn it down. So it's a great opportunity and a great experience. And obviously people want to know, because a lot of Machinima guys do this as a job. Now, I've been very hesitant to call it a job, but then, anything you do for money is technically, it's employment, I suppose. But the problem is that these people have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I don't have that. I think I just cracked 8,000 the other day, which is awesome, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that these people get hundreds of thousands of views per video, and all that good stuff, and I don't. Not that worries me. Sure, it would be really nice to have hundreds of thousands of views and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but in reality, it's probably never ever going to happen. So you just have to, deal with it. But I can take pride in the fact that I have gotten a lot further or farther than a lot of other people on here. So take it humbly. But not only that, but even if you were getting paid a substantial amount of money to do this, the problem is that I live in Australia, which, if you don't know, is a very fucking expensive country to live in. Everything is taxed beyond belief. Everything is double the price of what it is in the US. And sure, you can make the argument that Australians earn a lot more money per average than an American, and I will give you an example. A waitress here would make minimum wage, which I think, someone correct me, is $16 an hour. I think it's $16 an hour. Where in America, they might make $3 an hour, and then all their funds and all their money is derived from tips. Nobody here tips, as it should be, because that is ridiculous. Well, in good faith, if somebody gives you a good service, then feel free to tip them. I don't do it because obviously it's not part of culture or society. But fuck, carrying bags into a hotel room, piss off. I can do that. Why should I have to pay anyway? So no, I don't do this for a job. It would be nice to, because I really enjoy it, but I don't get paid anywhere near enough to live off this. And a lot of people go, oh, you still live with your mum? Yes, I do. And I don't know many people in this country who are my age that don't live with their parents or guardian or whatever. So, like I said, it's a very expensive country to get in. And, the economy and the way it is, there's hardly any jobs going around. So, with that said, I will work for you. No. But what else? I would probably, at this point in time, obviously, going through the education process, you're not really qualified for a lot of good paying jobs where you could actually live on your own. But at this point in time, I don't work, but I would like to. But I would only, because obviously this level of qualification, you haven't got much, so what are you going to do? You're going to work at McDonald's, or you're going to work serving people. Now, if there's one thing I hate on this planet, it is the incompetence of people. And I could stand that in a video game store. So I would happily work at a game, or a gamesman, or a JB Hi-Fi. Would not work at EB Games on principle. So if you own a store, ring me. But yeah, I would do that. I wouldn't work at a McDonald's or anything like that. But, that's the problem. One has to get their foot in the door. So, no, to answer your question, I don't do this for a job. I would like to, but then again, as soon as this feels like work, I would probably stop doing it. Because I would hate to think, I throw up a video when I want, if I can, and when I want to. So, if I don't feel like making a video today, for instance, I wouldn't. Whereas people that actually have to do, they do this for their income are like, oh no, I have to pump out 4 videos today. And it would, it would be taxing, and you would take all the fun out of it, and it would take all the fun out of video games. Like, a lot of people said, oh, why don't you look into a career of video games? Because I'm afraid that somehow, even though I play video games like it's going out of fashion, and I'm sure I'll get burnt out at one stage in my life, it's like if you do it all the time, then you'll get sick of it. I game a lot, but I don't get sick of it. But I wouldn't like to work in the industry, or the developing side for obvious reasons, I've said before. But I'd just like to clear it up that this is not my job. So yeah, what is your job? Actually, that's a bit of a rude question. So I just thought I would answer that question again. Keep your questions coming. Send them to me on an email, or send them to me in a message or a comment. No, not a comment, because I can't get around to reading all of them. Although I do. I refresh my iPhone when I'm out and busy and look at all my new comments. I'm a slut like that. I love comments, even if you don't agree with me. I have a history of deleting some comments that don't agree with me, because sometimes in an argument, because I have that power. But normally I don't. So if you want to have a good argument in the comment section, I'm more than happy. Podcast with El Burro, hopefully happening soon. I would like to see that happen. And if he is watching this, yeah, let's make it happen. So I just thought I would clear that up and say that this is not my job. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have a good one. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace. Au revoir, bitches. Why do I keep saying that now?